has started the way we thought she would.
He's got a 300 game for Parker Bowles.
A historic strike for Julian.
Yes! A 300 game for Nordu.
Rev Johnson has done it again. For the 9th time.
Strike to claim it. And he got it! Bowling history. The only player ever to win 5 U.S. Opens.
As a former Collegiate Bowler of the Year for the most storied bowling program in history, a 19-time PBA champion, a 22-time gold medalist, and the face of Team USA for the better part of the past 20 years, it's difficult to determine what is the most impressive thing on Chris Barnes' resume.
Yeah! Chris Barnes came through like the future Hall of Famer that he is.
Long seen as bowling's golden boy, Barnes' road to success has been much more difficult than it has appeared from the outside.
I knew I had to work harder because there was guys that were better than I was, and if I didn't, there was nothing that could change that unless I just outworked them.
Growing up in Topeka, Kansas, Chris Barnes' relentless attitude and work ethic were largely forged after losing his father in a fire at the family home at an early age.
He was the kindest, gentlest soul, and when he died in that fire, I became angry, and that was my outlet. To deal with the pain, as I just dove into sports completely.
Barnes attended Wichita State University and steadily worked his way to the top of college bowling, earning Collegiate Bowler of the Year honors in his senior season. After college, Barnes tried his hand at making it to Team USA.
I think in college, that's where all of the USBC Team USA thing really hit for me, because Gordon had just been on Team USA. Mark Lewis, who was also from Wichita, had been at the '88 Olympics in Seoul. And this all of a sudden became super important to me because the guys I looked up to most, that's what they were doing.
After being named the United States Olympic Committee's Athlete of the Year for bowling for the 3rd time in 1997, Barnes decided to give the PBA Tour a shot and promptly took home Rookie of the Year honors in 1998.
Track as it sets in there. Oh, I saw the 7th pin disappear.
Barnes won his first 2 titles the next season, kicking off a run of 12 straight seasons where he earned over $100,000 in prize money.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Throughout that stretch, which included PBA Player of the Year honors in the 2007-8 season, Barnes was considered the best player on tour by his peers.
I mean, I'm flattered that people thought that for that period of time. I think maybe towards the end of that run, I finally believed it a little bit.
In 2011, Barnes checked off one of the few remaining items on his career bucket list by becoming just one of 6 bowlers in history to win the PBA Triple Crown.
There it is. And Barnes has the Triple Crown.
At the following year's World Series of Bowling, he thrilled the crowd as well as his family in attendance by rolling just the 22nd televised 300 game in PBA history.
Yes!
Doing on a shark pattern, probably what's my weakest pattern, and on TV was and have my family there and be able to high five them, and it was a very surreal moment. It's one of those things you can only dream about.
Thanks to the International Olympic Committee allowing professionals to compete in the early 2000s, Barnes was able to resume his participation as a member of Team USA, representing the team 16 times, more than any other man in history.
Chris, he was kind of really the face of the program for so long. You know, he was on the program and then he had to leave because they went professional. And then when they allowed the professionals to come back in, Chris was right back into the program, and almost like he never missed a beat.
But Barnes' greatest impact on the sport will likely be on the strategic side of the game, as he upped the ante for the rest of the world on the level of equipment, lane play, and technical knowledge required to compete at the highest level.
Chris was he still is quite a student of the game, and trying to, you know, he would really pick our brains, really make us be able to justify our thoughts, our philosophies and stuff, because he's really a student.
Barnes recently retired from Team USA, but is still competing and winning on the PBA Tour.
How about that?
He also plans to continue his philanthropic efforts with wife Linda, who together have raised more than $350,000 for juvenile diabetes research funding.
I think from the first day that we met and started talking, obviously our long-term bowling goal was to be in the Hall of Fame. It would have been great to go in together. It wasn't meant to be, it wasn't what he wanted it to be. So, but I think, you know, it's the ultimate goal. It's what you live for. It's kind of, you know, leaving your mark on something that you love and knowing that my kids can always say, hey, my mom and dad were really good at this.